Ohai. Pieksämäki, the city and municipality in the province Southern Savo in Finland. The population is 18877 people. 2015. A square of the city of 1836.40 km, from which the surface of the water occupies 266.56 km. Population density minus 12.03 man/km. Pieksämäki borders on such municipalities as Hankasalmi, Euroinen, Juva, Kangasniemi, Leppävirta, Mikkeli, Rotthalampi and Suonenjoki. Distance to Helsinki minus 292 km. History. The thin landscape created by a glacier is characteristic of Pieksämäki's region. Here on thin ridges constant settlements began to be formed at 15th, 16th centuries. According to the last researches, the territory of the region of Pieksämäki is continuously populated for more than 100 years. The Volist of Pieksämäki was founded in 1574-1575. Old Pieksämäki's territory was quite considerable. Besides modern, it included also almost all territory of Haukavvuori and the main part of territories of Kangasniemi and Suonenjoki. Construction in 1889 of the railroad of Savo, which connected the cities of Kouvola and Kuopio, became a powerful incentive of development of Pieksämäki. In 1914 the cross branch of the railroad which tied Pieksämäki with Savonlinna was constructed. Now the museum devoted to the history of the railroad of Savo works in the city. The settlement of Pieksämäki was separated from the Volist in 1930, and in 1962 it received the status of the city. In 2007 the commune Pieksämä was attached to Pieksämäki's municipality. It was created in 2004 by merge of rural community of Pieksämäki, Jäpäl's commune and Virtasalmi's commune. Settlements which are a part of municipality. Sulhopakoski, Halkakab, Henjaselia, Hoitikal, Hoilidmiaki, Keriolankul, Pertamiaki, Yapilia, Padamiaki, Kakaramiaki, Kumiamiaki, Kiarpu, Liberamiaki, Mataramiaki, Liandelmiaki, Mentolov Nenad Beltu, Niskamiaki, Paltanen, Patakariu, Lamimiaki, Romaka, Ruliampi, Sikamiaki, Piposiavi, Suavansi, Tikusniuni, Valkimiaki, Vanaya, Vekmaskulia, Venetniaki. Virtasalmi. Central Nea Street, being a rod element of city planning, was provided by the General Plan of 1934 developed by the architect Otto Ivari Merman. Merman's plan, in turn, is based on partially realized General Plan of 1922 made by Architectural Bureau of UC and Toivo Potel. And I am mute already. There is a sketch of this city highway. Its central street passing through all city conducting from the railway station to a water tower is considered a good example of the uniform architectural line. Many buildings located along the central street represent well-remained samples of architectural functionalism. Among buildings it is worth mentioning a water tower. 1956, the architect R. Nervin. The House of Merelwoto, 1925, in which the Potasela Merelwoto, gate of the sports ground. The 1920th years. The building of the Central School, 1929, today a gymnasium, architects Arne Arianen and Martti Vialakangas. The building of a Schwarzkar. 1939, the architect Jussi Lappi-Seppälä spent the childhood. Seppänen's house. 1939, the architect Pekka Saarma. The building of National Share Bank. 1940, the architect Erkki Huttunen. The building of Cooperative Association. 1938, the architect Tuvalda Olenko. The building of Savings Bank of Yuzhny Savo. 1967, architects Kaya and Heikki Siren. And the building of Church of City Arrival with the Parish Center. 1968, architects Keo Sirium and Oltu Misto. Keskaskötu is the main city street also today. She is included in a number of the city landscape areas of national value which are of cultural value. The number of interesting buildings of the city also joins the building of old locomotive depot. 1890-1955, after capital repairs in 2015, used as the center for holding exhibitions, concerts, seminars, sporting and entertaining events. The building of the Polini Cultural Center. 1989, architects K. 5. Velikson E. K. Ramo T. Warmala. Latomo. The former House of the Bible, Printing House and Office of Internal Missionary Society. 1944, the architect Yrjö A. Vaskanen. The building of an old town hall. 1918, architects Walter and Evert Kajum. The building of police department and district court. Architect Kailo Leppianen. The building of old church. 1753. And the bell tower. 1746. In Pieksämäki, on the bank of the Lake Vangasjärvi. There is a horstone established on the first border between the Novgorod Republic and the Swedish Kingdom according to the Orikova world. During the Soviet-Finnish War of 1941-1944, the Finnish troops captured thousands of Soviet prisoners of war. Prisoners of war of the Soviet army accommodated in the concentration camps which were in different parts of Finland. One of the largest distribution prisoner of war camps was in Pieksämäki. Problems of the distributive camp included keeping of prisoners of war in a quarantine, drawing up lists of prisoners of war, their division and interrogation. From the distributive camp, prisoners of war were transported to specialized camp. Construction of distribution prisoner of war camp in Norri Arvi began in 1941 under command of A. Fenrik of Pentti Pulinen. Prisoners of war began to arrive in the unfinished camp in the summer of the same year. In 3 years through the distributive camp there passed about 1,000 prisoners of war. In the first winter in 1942, mortality in the camp was very high because of the shortage of warm clothes, food and epidemic of A typhus. However, since fall of 1942, before closing of the camp in November, of the 1,944 died prisoners of war there were only 40 people. Total number of the dead in prisoner of war camp was 2813 people. The Massachusetts grave of the Soviet prisoners of war is located in the territory of the former distributive camp. Norri Arvi prison now. On a Massachusetts grave the monument to the died prisoners of war is established. Ecology. Experts note that in Pieksämäki's region some species of lake fishes and also edible fungi still. After the pollution caused by the Chernobyl accident, contain the increased level of caesium and other radioactive materials which aren't, however, life-threatening the person. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.